Last year on August 9th, a white police officer shot and killed Michael Brown, an unarmed black teenager. Brown had reportedly robbed a convenience store in Ferguson, Missouri. His death led to a week of protests and vandalism. People in Ferguson expected the police officer to be charged for murder, but they were disappointed by the announcement made by Ferguson Police Chief Thomas Jackson.
The officer that was involved in the shooting of Michael Brown was Darren Wilson. He's been a police officer for 6 years, has had no disciplinary action taken against him.
Some witnesses reported seeing Brown put up his hands in surrender before being shot in the back, but a US Department of Justice report eventually cleared Wilson. President Barack Obama asked the Department of Justice to conduct an investigation into what was happening in Ferguson. The Department of Justice report delivered a scathing analysis, citing many examples of systemic racial bias. The police officer who shot Michael Brown left his job. When asked about Ferguson in a recent interview, Wilson said, "There's always going to be a little bit simmering in a high-crime, poverty area. In that area, police usually aren't coming over to have dinner." Brown's father, Michael Brown Sr., was unimpressed that Wilson was not charged with murder, but he asked people to try to see the bigger picture.
They say that this is America. We're not getting treated like we're Americans. Our fight here is just to open other eyes, to understand how we're feeling and trying to get something done about it.
The Huffington Post published a report pointing out that the Ferguson protests had worked. Missouri overhauled its municipal courts. News coverage of police violence against blacks and other ethnic groups became more nuanced. Obama created a policing task force and secured $20 million for body cameras and led the United States in a conversation about race.
I'm personally committed to changing both perception and reality, and already we're making some significant progress as people of goodwill of all races are ready to chip in. But that requires that we build and not tear down. And that requires we listen and not just shout. That's how we're going to move forward together.
Moving forward will be a challenge. Since Michael Brown was shot dead in Ferguson, similar racially charged incidents have at times dominated the news. It shows that changing people's minds won't be easy.